Like and subscribe right now, or you're gonna have terrible luck next week. Nations indulge in wars to attain their specific goals. The sole aim of war is to win and subdue the adversary. States equip their militaries for safeguarding their national interests. And it's impossible to do this without acquiring the latest weapons, equipment, and facilities. The desire to win has forced nations to invest the maximum possible resources towards the development of unbelievably advanced weaponry, vehicles, and gadgetries. Some work in the air, some on the ground or water, and others in space. They reflect the innovation, curiosity, and commitment of the world's best engineers and scientists. Here are the amazing military technologies and vehicles in the world. First entry is M3 Amphibious Rig. In the recent past, the military had quite a hard time crossing rivers that were far too deep for their vehicles to maneuver, but that is no longer a challenge. Thanks to the invention of the M3 Amphibious Rig, it is a military vehicle that can move both on land and in water. On the road, it uses 4 wheels, and in the water itself deploys 2 big aluminum pontoons which create buoyancy and transform the rig into a raft. And since every second counts on the battlefield, the pontoons can be deployed while the rig is on the move, regardless of whether it's on the road or in the water. The vehicle has 4 ramps that can be connected to another amphibious rig in 3 minutes. 2 or more rigs can be connected to form a ferry that is capable of carrying the heaviest main battle tanks. In 15 minutes, 8 rigs can be connected to make a 100-meter-long bridge amazing. The M3 Amphibious Rig has a payload capacity of 85 tons for tracked vehicles and 132 tons for wheeled vehicles. In simple terms, there is nothing that the military can't get across rivers, ravines, or any other water obstacle. Before we move on, we've got a speed challenge for you. If you subscribe to Top 10 videos and hit the bell icon in the next 5 seconds, you'll win 10 years of incredible luck. Give it a shot, it actually works. Our next entry is M1150. M1150 is simply an assault breacher vehicle or, if you'd like, a mine and explosives clearing vehicle. It is 40 feet long and weighs a whopping 72 tons. It has a 1,500 horsepower engine and a 50mm machine gun. These track combat vehicles are specifically designed to clear pathways through the minefields to ensure that troops and other military vehicles are not caught by surprise by any bombs or improvised explosive devices. Its front is equipped with a 15-foot-wide mine plow which glides through the soil in search of hidden bombs. The breachers have a linear demolition charge system with C4 explosives that can be launched up to 150 yards forward, which ensures the effective explosion of hidden bombs at a safe distance. Our next entry is DARPA Captive Air Amphibious Transporter. The DARPA Captive Air Amphibious Transporter is a 1 to 5 carat scale tracked amphibious vehicle prototype. It moves on the water with the help of air-filled pontoons that are attached to its tracks. It is capable of transporting standard 20 to 40-foot containers from container ships to the shore without the need for a harbor. So how is this useful to the military? It is meant to relieve military ships from commercial shipping during disasters. Our next entry is Coleen K7. Coleen K7 is without a doubt one of the strangest aircraft ever created. Its physical appearance is far from the kind of aircraft we are all used to. That's probably because it was built back in the 1930s and was among the very first metal monster aircraft. It was over 9 feet long and had a wingspan of over 173 feet. The wings were internally spacious, which is what gave room to the many passengers, but that's not all. It also had 16 furnished staterooms, radio rooms, sleeping rooms, smoking lounge, and a small restaurant. Coleen K7 weighed 53,793 pounds when empty and 83,776 pounds when loaded. It could attain a maximum speed of 140 kilometers per hour. Unfortunately, this humongous aircraft didn't last long as it crashed in November of 1933. Our next entry is Drone Gun Tactical. A drone gun tactical is a portable drone mitigation device. It is no secret that drones are used in surveying and even launching attacks. While the troops are busy coming up with strategies, their enemy could be busy spying on them and planning a counterattack. For a successful attack to happen, suspicious drones must be disabled. That is where Drone Gun Tactical comes in. Its number one job is to neutralize drones in the most cautious and safest way. This means that no damage is caused to the drone and it can deactivate another drone that is as far as 2 kilometers away. So how does it work? Well, it only takes a few seconds to set it up, and then it creates a very powerful signal that immediately mutes the antenna of the enemy drone. Once the enemy drone is hit by the signal, it activates its safety mode. The video recording stops and the drone lands immediately, at which point the enemy will be left wondering what happened. And by returning to its operator, it helps the troop track their enemy, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you beat them at their own game. Our next entry is Sikorsky Raider X. Sikorsky Raider X is one of the most advanced helicopters in the world. Its invention was initiated by the US Army. When it comes to pushing boundaries, Sikorsky Raider X has done quite a great job and gives us an idea of what the future has in store for military aircraft. It boasts 2 coaxial rotors and a pusher propeller in its rear. Normal helicopters have pilot seats placed side by side, but the Sikorsky Raider X is not a normal helicopter to prove that its pilot seats are placed in such a way that one is behind the other. This makes the hull narrower, making the helicopter more streamlined, which in turn improves its aerodynamics. It also has a very powerful GET 901 engine, which helps it attain a maximum speed of 463 km an hour. Sikorsky Raider X is easy to operate as it is very sensitive to the pilot's command. In addition, it can hover at a low speed, and it can brake and accelerate fast, all while remaining level. With this helicopter, there is no need for routine maintenance, all thanks to its monitoring digital design. Our next entry is MTGR. The MTGR is a micro-tactical ground robot in full, and as the name suggests, it is a combat robot. Its design allows it to climb up stairs and steps with angles of up to 45 degrees. It can also comfortably move over large pieces of debris and all manner of obstacles. MTGR has a camera that gives a full 360 degrees view during both day and night, so basically, nothing catches it by surprise. It is light and portable and only needs one soldier to carry it like he would a backpack. It weighs 6 kilograms, so it's nothing a good soldier can't handle. MTGR can go into places that are not easily accessible by road or zones that are far too risky for the troop. It can carry a load of up to 10 kilograms, and it can continuously work for about 4 hours before recharging. In case it topples over, MTGR can flip itself. Do you know any other robot that can do this? Let us know in the comments section below. Our next entry is Caliber 4 Malawian Quachas and T7L3 Harris. The Caliber Mk4 and T7L3 Harris are 2 military robots that work hand in hand. The largest robot in the Caliber family, the Caliber 4 Malawian Quachas, offers unprecedented towing and dragging capabilities coupled with speed, agility, and dexterity, all at an affordable cost. The 4 Malawian Quachas is the most powerful of all Caliber robots, with a lift capacity of 90 kilograms. Its command and control unit provides automatic preset positioning to facilitate rapid deployment, and a 3D avatar that offers real-time positional feedback on the actual position of the robot. Based on the inputs of hundreds of users, L3 Harris has developed the T7 robot from the ground up to support the demanding requirements of commercial and military missions, including hazardous materials cleanup, explosive ordnance disposal, intelligence, and surveillance. Our next entry is Dogo. Dogo is another tactical combat robot. It was apparently inspired by the Dogo Argentino dog breed, hence its name. Dogo is equipped with several cameras that give its operator a clear 360-degree view. This also makes it very easy for Dogo to identify threats no matter their location. Dogo has also claimed the crown as the world's first ever robot to contain short-barrel weapons, such as the pistol Glock 26. This basically means that Dogo can actually neutralize threats. Yes, it can take part in anti-terrorist operations, and if you think that it is not mind-blowing enough, well, Dogo is designed with a point-and-shoot technology which makes its shots incredibly accurate. The bad guys will be shaking their boots just at the sight of Dogo, that's for sure. Our next entry is Homatrodor Blaster. In the quest for taking down criminals, no soldier would expect the bad guys to gladly open their doors. As such, they are sometimes forced to break in. In movies, you may have seen the SWAT team use battering rams to break doors. This has proven to be a very noisy and time-consuming method that will probably see the bad guys escape by the time the team is done breaking the door. So what's the solution? Say hello to the Homatrodor Blaster. It is a lightweight door breaching tool. You only need a few seconds to set it up and another few seconds to open the door quietly and quickly, which is what you need for a successful operation. No large amount of debris is left behind, unlike when explosives or battering rams are used. Our next entry is Sig MCXdice Rifle. A rifle is one of the most important things that are needed in order to meet the various security needs, but the Sig MCXdice is not your usual kind of rifle, and I'm not just saying that. It has a modular design that allows individual configurations to carry out specific tasks. According to the manufacturer Sig, there are over 500 possible configurations that can be made. The stock of the MCXdice has a folding and adjustable make, which simply means that it can be used by just about anyone. It also has a thick barrel and a two-stage trigger, meaning it is more accurate. Sig MCXdice can fire 20,000 shots without replacing any parts. After lots of tests and trials, it has been found to be reliable and wear-resistant, and no mud, water, sand, or ice can interfere with its normal functioning. How cool is that? Our next entry is T-Ghost. From its name you could tell that this military technology may have drawn part of its inspiration from ghosts. Ghosts are generally invisible, and in the war zone, you can't shoot what you can't see. T-Ghost is a Swedish camouflage tank that is practically invisible to thermal imaging systems. It has a high-caliber 120mm compact cannon with reduced recoil and weight. The powerful fighting tank allows the military to make the first strike at their enemies before they can even have a clue of their presence. How cool is that? Our next entry is the Landing Craft Air Cushion. The Landing Craft Air Cushion is a high-speed air cushion vehicle used as an amphibious landing craft. It boasts a payload capacity of 75 tons, and it is mainly used in transporting weapons, cargo, and marine personnel from the ship to the shore and also across the beach. It is able to maintain a speed of 74 kilometers an hour on full load. Most conventional landing craft can only access 15% of the world's coastline, but the Landing Craft Air Cushion can access up to 70%. It can handle a 5-member crew and is not intimidated by the depth of the water, underwater obstacles, or tides. It has ramps at the front and rear, which makes offloading a lot faster. It also can comfortably maneuver on rough terrains such as sand dunes, ditches, and wet snow. It's the perfect vehicle for carrying out ambush attacks, as the enemy cannot tell the location and time of attack, since it can conveniently launch an attack 50 miles offshore. Our next entry is Dager. Dager is a lightweight transport vehicle. You may recognize it from the many military movies you have watched. It is a combat vehicle deployed mainly by the USA military to the most challenging battlefields. It can cover a distance of 85 miles in just 1 hour. It's just the kind of ride you need for a quick response in a crisis. What is even more mind-blowing is that it can switch gas from standard diesel to GP8 jet engine fuel. Isn't that amazing? It is meant to carry 9 soldiers, but it can carry even more with the help of the retractable seats. A machine gunner can also comfortably operate from its top. Our next entry is Elbit Systems Atmos. Elbit Systems is an earth-shaking cannon that will effortlessly devastate your enemies from miles away. 13 miles away to be precise. It is no wonder it was dubbed the King of Battle. It is a fast, light, and portable artillery. The truck-mounted shotgun offers superior firepower. Within 1 hour it can fire up to 70 projectiles. Our next entry is Selfsteering Bullet. A self-steering bullet is a bullet that can guide itself toward the intended target. It is yet to be incorporated into the US military as it is still under testing. It is said to have the ability to change its direction mid-air and head right to its target. Hence, armature shooters no longer have to worry about their accuracy. How it is able to achieve this is a well-guarded secret. The 50 caliber bullet is fitted with several tiny sensors and can hit moving targets without breaking a sweat. This one-of-a-kind bullet is expected to be much cheaper than missiles, and also a possible replacement for the same. Our next entry is K300 Bastion P. The K300 Bastion P is a mobile coastal defense missile system that was made in Russia. Its main job is to destroy surface ships and contains an anti-ship cruise missile known as the P-800 Onyx. The missile system is conveniently mounted on a mobile vehicle and is able to release missiles within 5 minutes of motion, and because the battlefield calls for no time to waste, the missiles can be launched at intervals of less than 5 seconds. The launcher is capable of staying on active standby for up to 5 days. As if that's not enough, the anti-ship missile can cruise a few meters above the water, and by a few, I mean as little as 5 meters. It is almost impossible to detect or intercept it, but that's not all. The anti-ship missile can carry a 200-kilogram warhead in either nuclear or conventional form. Do you think any enemy can outdo this? Let us know in the comments section below. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take me 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal: you just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribes button and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 15 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. K9 Vision. You probably already know that the K9 department is made up of brave service dogs. As such, the needs of these valuable helpers must be met and their lives must be protected just as much. This has led to the invention of a multifunctional system known as K9 Vision. It's a 200-gram pair of goggles for the dogs, and it is light enough to avoid any form of discomfort. It not only protects the dog's eyes during operations, but also as a camera that gives its human companion a view of what the dog is seeing. K9 Vision can also record both video and audio and has a speaker. The speaker allows the soldier to give commands to the dog even when it's a couple of meters away. This is very crucial as it could save the dog from looming danger. K9 Vision also has a light that helps illuminate the paths at night for an even better vision than it is now. Our next entry is Movable Bridge Building Military Vehicle. The Movable Bridge Building Military Vehicle is simply a combat support vehicle, and as the name suggests, it builds a bridge where there is none. It is a tracked vehicle where the tank is converted into a folding bridge instead of weapons. When tanks and other armored vehicles are met with ditches and rivers that are far too deep to maneuver, the bridge building vehicle comes into play. The bridge layer unfolds, thereby unleashing a ready-made bridge in just a few minutes. Once the bridge is in place, the vehicle detaches from the bridge and gives way to the other military vehicles. The bridge can be as long as 60 feet or even more. Just like the main battle tanks, this vehicle also uses a tank chassis to move. It also has armor protection and it can move over rough terrain at high speed. So there you have it. Which of these was the most captivating and advanced according to you? Let us know in the comments section below. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. Press the bell icon for more upcoming videos.